learning to overcome emotions to become a strong person. Ancient wisdom. A strong-minded person has long since moved beyond emotions. The weak are easily angered like a tiger, while the strong remain calm like water. The poet John Milton once said, "One who can control their passions, desires, and fears is greater than a king." Often, what determines the direction of one's life is not intelligence or talent, but the ability to control emotions. The weak become slaves to their emotions, while the strong have already transcended them. For a mature person, your emotions are your destiny. I know your life is busy. Still, what I'm saying isn't easy to grasp, especially if you only hear it once. My advice is to watch until the end, listen repeatedly, whether you're free or doing household chores. Share and save the playlist for your convenience. I'm confident that within a few short months, your mindset will evolve to a new level. Ancient wisdom greets you all. Truly skilled people are not controlled by emotions. Zhuang Zi once said, "When respected, do not be overly joyful, when insulted, do not be angry." The best state of a person is to be respected without excessive joy and to be insulted without anger. Only by taking things lightly, staying calm and rational when facing situations, can one live freely in this world. Han Xin, one of China's most famous generals, is remembered not only for his military talent but also for his exceptional ability to control his emotions. Han Xin lost his parents at a young age and was often discriminated against and treated coldly. Once, a tall butcher saw Han Xin wearing a sword and, thinking he was a coward, wanted to humiliate him. The butcher said, "Either crawl between my legs or kill me." Knowing he was alone and had no chance of winning, Han Xin chose to crawl under the butcher's legs, enduring the humiliation. Later, he left amidst the crowd's mocking laughter. This is the famous story of Han Xin enduring humiliation. Faced with unreasonable provocation, Han Xin did not draw his sword in anger but, through calm analysis, made the most beneficial choice for himself. Although he endured short-term humiliation, he avoided a dangerous conflict. It was precisely because he endured this humiliation that Han Xin later rose through the ranks, becoming a great general leading millions of soldiers and achieving numerous victories, ultimately becoming a legendary figure. In life, many people, when faced with sudden difficulties, either retreat in fear or lose control and become angry. In the end, the problem remains unsolved, and they end up hurting themselves. Emotions are humanity's greatest enemy. In life, we must learn to control our emotions. But staying calm in the face of difficulties doesn't mean having no emotions, it means not letting emotions dominate your mind. Even in the face of a storm, one must maintain inner peace. When faced with others' attacks, the stronger the response, the more the situation escalates. Instead, maintain a non-reactive attitude, like oil and water that do not mix. The weak are easily angered like a tiger, while the strong remain calm like water. Truly skilled people are masters of controlling their emotions, never letting themselves fall into excessive joy or sorrow. Do not take yourself too seriously, and negative emotions will not arise. Zhuang Zi once said, "One who does not take themselves too seriously cannot be angered by anyone." He also told a story. A man named Shi Chenqi heard that Lao Jia possessed extraordinary wisdom and traveled a long distance to visit him. Upon arrival, seeing Lao Jia's messy house, he was disappointed and said, "I heard you were a great sage, so I traveled hundreds of miles to see you. Who would have thought you live like a rat?" Lao Jia listened without reacting. Shi Chenqi, seeing this, left. The next day, feeling he had been rude, Shi Chenqi returned to apologize. Lao Jia calmly said, "A sage? I abandoned such titles long ago. You call me an ox, a horse, or a rat. It means nothing. I am still me." In life, many things cannot be solved by anger. Lowering your ego and not taking yourself too seriously will prevent unnecessary anger. As the poet Li Bei once said, "Consider yourself as mud, If you always see yourself as a pearl, you will always suffer from being buried. From a Buddhist perspective, an important task in life is to break the attachment to the self, meaning not to overvalue oneself. In life, many people appear strong on the outside but lack a firm inner resolve because they take themselves too seriously. They are easily influenced by others' emotions, making it hard to see themselves clearly. Do not overvalue yourself, only then can you handle things calmly and composedly. When facing sadness, you can comfort yourself. When facing difficulties, you can lift your spirits. It is this clarity and lack of complacency that brings wisdom, preventing arrogance and impatience. Learning to control emotions is learning to control your life. Zhuangzi once said, "Great virtue is not seen in flowing water but in still water. Stillness allows for stopping." Zhuangzi taught that those who can control their emotions know how to stop wandering thoughts and unnecessary mental exhaustion. Only then can they maintain peace of mind, focus on work, and solve life's complex problems. However, many people, when facing the darkest moments of their lives, let their emotions explode, to the point of being consumed by negative emotions. Like Zhang Fei, a general from the Three Kingdoms period, his death was truly regrettable. If, after hearing of Guan Yu's death, Zhang Fei had not lost control of his emotions, gotten drunk, and vented his anger on his soldiers, he might not have met such a tragic end at the hands of his subordinates. Undeniably, Zhang Fei was capable, but no matter how talented, he ultimately died because he couldn't control his emotions. A person who cannot control their emotions, no matter how talented, cannot succeed. Uncontrolled emotions only lead to loss of reason and self. Conversely, controlling emotions helps maintain composure and achieve personal success. During the Qing dynasty, the renowned official Zeng Guoyuan was once unjustly insulted over a matter of teaching his son. One day, while traveling in a sedan chair carried by 4 men, he encountered another official's 8-man sedan in a narrow alley. The other official, seeing the 4-man sedan, assumed it belonged to a lower-ranking official and refused to yield. The bearers dragged Zeng Guoyuan out and slapped him. Upon realizing it was Zeng Guoyuan, a higher-ranking official, the other man panicked, got out of his sedan, and bowed in apology. Faced with such rudeness, Zeng Guoyuan did not get angry. Instead, he helped the man up and smiled, saying, "My sedan has blocked your way, sir. No blame, no blame." When dealing with people and situations that irritate him, Zeng Guoyuan chose to laugh it off rather than dwell in negative emotions or seek revenge. Such people can quickly adjust themselves, gaining others' favor while saving time and energy for their own pursuits. Controlling emotions is not just a moral quality but a life wisdom. Those who can control their emotions maintain peace of mind, from which wisdom arises. With wisdom, one can grasp life. When emotions are unstable, it may be because your perspective is too narrow. Zhuangzi once told a story about a man crossing a river in a boat. Seeing another boat about to collide with his, the man angrily shouted at the other boat's operator. But as it approached, he realized it was an empty boat. Instantly, his anger vanished. What angered him was not the collision but the assumption that someone was in the other boat. What hurts you is not the event itself but how you perceive and react to it. Whether you get angry or not doesn't depend on the event but on the person involved. You think, how can such a person exist? How dare they ignore me? They want to hurt me. Unacceptable. I won't be polite to them. And so, emotions explode. But the problem is, in a vast forest, there are all kinds of birds. In life, you'll encounter all sorts of strange people. If you keep arguing with them, it will never end. Zhuangzi said, "Do not argue, do not try to explain right and wrong to them." In life, it's inevitable to encounter people and things you dislike. Just laugh it off and move on. The more people you find disagreeable, the narrower your perspective. Truly strong people see troublesome people and events as empty boats. Others don't mean harm, events aren't intentional. They don't think of revenge but quickly adjust themselves and broaden their perspective. Negative emotions often arise from taking yourself too seriously. Zhuangzi also said, "Who can harm someone who does not value themselves? If one does not overvalue themselves, no one can make them angry or upset. If self-esteem is too strong, the ego too big, even a slight offense will trigger a fierce reaction." Everyone has their own way of life. Try to stand in others' shoes to understand and be more tolerant. When two boats collide, the first thing you should say is not to scold but to ask, "Are you okay?" This makes the other person feel like an empty boat, leaving nothing to argue about. Let go of prejudices and ego. Do not harm others, and you will not be harmed. Release the ego, and naturally, you won't fuss over things, seeing everything more openly. Negative emotions arise because you want too much. The more you desire, the more you clash with the world, leading to more conflicts. Human desires are endless. If your happiness depends on satisfying desires, when those desires go unmet, happiness vanishes. Thus, ancient sages taught that excessive desire is the root of all suffering. When Zhuangzi was nearing death, his disciples wanted to bury him grandly. He said, "Above, birds will eat me, below, ants will eat me. Why avoid this? While everyone else chased fame and wealth, Zhuangzi viewed even life and death lightly. The simpler life is, the lighter it becomes, allowing you to go further." Many people exhaust themselves competing for fame and fortune. But these things cannot be taken after death. No matter how much you accumulate, what's the use? Zhuangzi said, "True joy does not come from fame or desire. It comes from having no desires. Serenity is the source of happiness. True happiness is harmony with nature, unity with heaven and earth. This happiness is not brought by material possessions or status but is the result of wisdom and spiritual. If you can let go of these, you will find luck, prosperity, and a healthy body." Do you know how many illnesses are related to negative emotions? Do you know how many toxins your body produces when you're angry? Anger takes only a moment to erupt, but its effects can last for days. Over a long period, your emotions are suppressed. Everything, work, business, love, and life, that once scored 80 to 90 points now struggles to reach 60. Unless something good happens, bad luck clings to you, leaving you in a daze all day. Those who are easily angered and emotionally volatile find it hard to stay healthy, let alone succeed. Therefore, today, for the health and careers of my beloved audience, I want to share 4 methods to completely eliminate negative emotions and reduce the likelihood of anger. These are methods I use daily. First, do not doubt yourself. Do not doubt your abilities. Do not obsess over past negative experiences. Stop overthinking. Do not focus on past bad events or trivial matters. Today's big issues will be tomorrow's small ones. Things that once made you cry can now be laughed at when retold. Like holding a cup. If you hold it too long, you'll feel tired. Is it the cup's fault? No, it's because you refuse to put it down. Just put it down. When others gossip behind your back, just live your life. You can't control others' words. If they get tired or thirsty, they'll buy their own water, no need to worry. Never argue with fools. It's like arguing with a madman. Even if you win, you might end up bloodied. You know he's mad, yet you argue with him. So who's really mad? When under pressure, learn to relax. Live like a normal person with 3 meals a day, not like a machine working from dawn to dusk. When others gossip or say you can't do something, just live your life. No need to argue with petty people or compete with the talented. How you live has nothing to do with them. As the saying goes, do not fight with the small-minded. You've already succeeded in eliminating 40% of negative emotions. Second, do not demand from others. Understand that no one, not even family, friends, or lovers, will unconditionally act as you wish. If you want others to listen to you, you must offer them corresponding benefits. The world's rule is that effort determines ability, ability determines value, and value determines. Before you have enough value, do not expect anyone to act as you wish. Lower your expectations of others and raise your standards for yourself. Seek internally and enhance your values so others come to you. Then, you'll feel happier. This way, you'll reduce another 20% of negative emotions. Third, face tasks you don't want to do and unreasonable requests from others, no matter who they are. Look them straight in the eye and firmly say, "I don't want to do it." When you push them back, they won't dare treat you as weak again. For example, an old friend says, "We're organizing a class reunion. Everyone must contribute 500,000. You reply, "I don't want to participate." If they insist, firmly refuse. "I'm not going." What will you do? Whether they're happy or not, what matters is you're happy. Or a colleague constantly asks for favors, like, "Can you help me pick up a package?" Or buy me a cup of milk tea. But they never show gratitude. With such people, just refuse outright. "I don't do errands." Whether they're happy or not, as long as you're happy, you should also understand that your life is your own, not lived for others. Only by being a little selfish can you find more joy. Learn to say no to others. You're already too tired. No time to worry about others. You don't need to please or mold anyone. Don't try to do everything for others. Only do what makes you happy and love those you truly care about. When you focus only on what and who matters to you, you'll grow stronger because you've learned to concentrate. Don't waste energy on others. The more you humble yourself, the worse your mood will get. Your own issues aren't resolved, why bother with others? Fourth, here's a very useful method I practice daily. Learn to meditate. Every day, just spend 45 minutes finding a quiet place, sit cross-legged, place your hands on your thighs, and relax from head to toe. Use your mind to feel, eliminating all chaotic thoughts. During this time, try to imagine your mind as empty. Any thoughts or images that appear, just observe and acknowledge them. No need to force them away. After 45 minutes, you'll feel extremely relaxed and your mind will be clear. I've practiced meditation for years, and it helps me face life's problems calmly and gently, developing strong, logical thinking. Reflect on these words. They may not seem profound at first, but they're truly effective. Life can be exhausting. When you feel tired and drained, unable to control yourself, wanting to complain to others, remember to become someone not controlled by emotions. Don't go around complaining, it only makes others look down on you. Also, don't easily believe others. Not everyone has good intentions toward you. They might just see you as a joke and gossip about you. Don't place too many expectations on anyone. In this world, the only person you can rely on is yourself. If others gossip behind your back, let them, it doesn't matter. Just focus on your present and future. Don't let trivial matters bother you. You don't need everyone to like or understand you. Of course, don't easily offer opinions to others. Everyone is a product of their environment. As the saying goes, do not interfere with others' karma. Don't casually get angry, as it not only fails to solve problems but also harms your health. If a relationship exhausts you, end it immediately. Don't make life hard for yourself, life is short. Remember, later, use your strength to speak the truth. Poor in a crowded market, no one asks, rich in a remote mountain, relatives come. The stupidest thing in life is trying to reason with others when you're weak. Always remember, when positions differ, speak less. When understanding differs, don't argue or justify. If views don't align, step back and avoid. In this life, emotions determine mindset, mindset determines fate, and fate determines life. Don't let your heart be disturbed, don't let emotions control you. Only by controlling emotions can you control your life. Someone once said, a broken spirit can kill you faster than bacteria. Often, Life becomes gloomy over trivial matters, like missing a train or arguing with someone. If you don't know how to control it, feelings of resentment, anger, and blame will grow, consuming your positive energy. The writer Jin Yong once said, "Deep emotions don't last, because excessive emotional release depletes life." No matter the problem, always stay calm, keep your heart at ease, not impatient or hasty. When you encounter a mountain, build a road. When you encounter water, build a bridge. Life has no hopeless situations. May you skillfully adjust your emotions, so that wherever your eyes look, they are filled with warmth. The first rays of morning sun shine on our foreheads, reminding us that a new day has begun. We rub our sleepy eyes, lazily get out of bed, and suddenly feel an inexplicable emptiness. Life is only once, unpredictable and unreturnable, like a one-way painting with no return journey. We embark on life's journey, admiring the scenery along the way. No matter how hard or tiring, we must live well. Life is like a play. On stage, we are the main characters. We act out scenes of joy and sorrow, love and hate. All the bitterness and sweetness are spices for our lives. Feel every moment with your heart, making each second radiant. Every day of life is a precious gift we must cherish, not wasting this short time. Use our passion and courage to pursue dreams, love life, and feel the beauty of every moment. We know life has many unknowns, uncertainties, and challenges. But we also know life is only once, unrepeatable. We must bravely face it, using our strength and willpower to overcome all difficulties. On life's path,